Hello, hello. How you doing, guys? Folks, what's going on? It's the last day. Did you enjoy this week? I hope so. Tomorrow is morning. Hello, spicy tacos. How you doing? How was the week? Did you get something done? Something cool? I hope so. So yeah, this is the last day. This is the last part of the introduction to SQL. So tomorrow, uh, you'll be in school. Well, not in school actually. It's summer. um, but maybe working. Hello again, Shamari. How you doing? Did you do some pull requests yet or not? I hope you did. Great to hear that. How much workshop did you attend? Because I remember you in nearly all my workshops, so that's amazing. Hello, Omkar. How you doing? No worries, Mary. You have time to practice. Maybe for the next Global Hack Week, I will ask you if you did get some pull requests merged. Hello, Saitama. How you doing? Okay, so today will be the last session of the SQL introduction. Let me just share with you. Okay, just let me keep this chat here. Let me share with you the code editor. SQL query. Okay, it's this one. Okay. Hello again, Tintin. How you doing? You've been active, so that's great. I see some repetitive names, so that's cool. That's cool to see. Okay, so can you read properly, or maybe it's too small? Today we'll in this session we'll be going some hard because maybe you don't have that much time to get all done. So missed your open source because okay, no worries. Yeah, it will be uploaded for some time because I think after some weeks videos get deleted. Maybe I don't know. Maybe after a few weeks. Okay, so just a recap of the last two sessions. In the last two sessions, basically what we've learned is what is SQL, how it works, how to structure tables to get a great database, how to connect these databases to get some different information from different tables, and all that stuff. Okay, so in this one, we will learn some more advanced commands. We will learn if statements to make if statements with, like functions, executable functions in SQL to do some automation. The video streams stay on YouTube. Okay, thanks, Shamari. So yeah, you can watch them whenever you can and you want. So great, thanks for the info. Okay, so and what we're going to do today is basically try to create a function and try to do some I don't know, just retrieve some top results from different tables and get some good, I don't know, just good data because a lot of you folks are trying to learn machine learning, and this is something you have to know because once you have data and you have to filter that amount of data, you'll need that. So, okay, I've changed some tables. Okay, so in this case, for example, we have, okay, can you see it? Can you see it, or it's too small? I'm just trying to arrange all this because just to get it. Okay, okay. So hope you can see it. Okay, so here we have three tables. In the last part, we just did some insertions. It was not this table; it was a book list. but I think this example with 3 tables and 3 different information sources, it will be more it will be better to make some examples. So okay, we have 3 tables. Just ignore this for the moment. This is what we did the last stream part. So now we have 3 tables. Okay, we have the students table, we have teachers table, and we have grades. Okay, as you can see, we have some student ID. It will be M2 incremental, so no need to put it as I mentioned in the last stream. It will be integer, not null. Okay, because this will be it will be the primary key, as you can see here. It's defined here. It will be the primary key to get you know, to be able, I don't know, let's say we insert a new grade, and as you can see here, foreign key, it's student ID, so we're using the primary key of student, that's student ID, to get these results stored. Sorry, not stalled. Okay, so in this example, we don't have any table in our database. I just created this test database. In the last session, I showed how to create a database. So it's kind of hot here, so sorry if I'm kind of sweating. Okay, no worries. Okay, so imagine, I'll just delete this. Okay, so we have these 3 tables, okay? So now let's imagine we want to create a table with, I don't know, let's say 100 students, but we don't want to introduce them by hand, you know, just make a for loop and introduce like 100, 200, 300 students at once, but without, you know, creating the table, without creating every insert at hand, okay? So there's something called procedures in SQL, and it's like a piece of function, well, a procedure. It's basically let's say it's a piece of function that you can run. Well, you can call, and it will just get like any statement you want, or if it's a loop or anything. Okay, so we will be doing that just to insert like 100 results in this table, so we can make some tests, and then we will create another, I don't know, kind of function to get some teachers stored, and then some random grades for all these students for some subjects, okay, like mathematics and science or whatever. So, okay. So the first thing we have to do is create a procedure, okay? And how is that done? We can just type create procedure if exists. Well, actually, it will be drop procedure if exists, because that, if we don't do this, probably you cannot have to the same procedure twice. So if we run it again and again, we have to put the drop procedure if exists, and we put the name of the procedure. Okay, so but for the moment we don't need this, so I'll be commenting it. So, and we just create procedure, and let's put a name like insert random students. Okay, insert random students. It will be with this brackets, like a function, and here we type begin. So begin, basically it's just it's the beginning of a block of an SQL code. So here we have the begin, and we'll have the end at the end, basically. So here goes our statement, okay? So after that, what we have to do is just call this procedure. It's just like calling the function, let's say, and that's it. So this will be executed at once, and basically what it will do, just insert the random things. Okay, so let me just let's see, declare I int. Okay, I have and default one. Basically, we're just starting from number one because it's like a for loop, and when you declare I and then G and K, is basically the same. So we're declaring value I as int, and we're assigning it a default value of 1. So here it say while I is less or same as, I don't know, let's say 100 students. And to start the statement, we just put do. It's do, and here we have to insert the values. Okay, so insert into student, like the students will be the table. So insert into students. So we have here the first name. Remember, the student ID will be created automatically because it's auto incremental. So it will start from 1 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 100. So there's no need of putting like the student ID. So will be generated. Then we have the last name, and then we can add the age and the gender. Okay, the age and the gender. Okay, is that good for you? It makes sense, right? Okay, and then the values. Okay, so here comes the fun part. So for the values, what we want is basically for the first name, we just call concats. Basically what it does is it concatenates a string to a value. It's just like when you concatenate anything, any string, or in a programming language. So in SQL, it's called with concat. Okay. So in the first value of the concat, we just say the name. So let's call it student space and comma and I. Okay. So it'll be student 1, student 2, student 4, student 6. Because basically in this case, instead of concatenating just student, you can have like a list, CSV list, or anything, and you can import the list here and just get all the names from the list and insert them. Okay, in this case, just to make it sorry, to make it simple, we'll be doing it like this. Okay, so we have the first name, and the last name will be the same. Let's call concat and say student 1 last, let's call it last. Okay, last space, and same last 1, last 2, last 3, last 4, and last 5, or whatever. Okay, so here what we can do with the age, we can create some random ages. Okay, so it'd be in this case floor. Same. These are functions that are predefined in SQL, so you can find them. Okay, I see. Let me check if we can. SQL functions list. Okay, SQL functions format line. Okay, so in W3 schools, you can find them. Just type SQL functions in Google, and you will get them all. Okay, so the age will be just some random number multiplied by 10, and let's I don't know, just some random number. How we can do it? Okay, floor, and this will be some number for 10 to get like the decimal for it, 15, and okay, so here we have the age, and the gender. What we can do is I don't know, make some type of condition, and if it's correct, it can insert male, and if not, female or something like that. So okay, so what we can do is another if with random, rand, and here we can say if it's greater than 0.5. Will be male, not female. Okay, so that will be all. Okay, we have to add this. Okay, so now we set I is equal I plus 1. Is the same as a for loop in any programming language. Okay, so it's the same logic. And then and while, okay, I think we can format this. Okay, we cannot. Okay, so this should, okay, I think this should work if we run this. First of all, we need to run the students table. Okay, so we have, let's check if we have the students. Okay, so we have the students table, and now it's empty. And now if we run the procedure, okay, this is just some okay, this is some tests I was doing before, okay, to check if it was working. Okay, so now we run the procedure. Okay, we click. Okay, so we have a problem here. Oh, okay, we missed. Okay, let's get these spaces just to make it more comprehensive. Okay, now should, okay, we have to run it all the block. Run now. Okay. And while, so set, it's not working. Call procedure line students. Okay, so this is the same. Okay, let me. So you have an error. Check the manual text to use near. Okay, so I think we have some error here. Okay, I think there's this missing. Okay, it was the, okay, let's run it again. Okay, already exists. Okay, so launch. So now we just can run this just to drop the procedure if it exists. Okay, so now it doesn't exist, and now we run it again. So now it's working. Okay, let's search for the students. We have a question. Do you need to concat? Basically, one of them is for the name, for the first name, and the other one is for the last name. So yeah, it's just the first, it's for the student's name, and for the first name, and the other one is for the last name. So yeah, that's why there's two concats. So yeah, now we have a table with again, you can do this instead of just just student 1, student 2, student 3. You can have a CSV file, what it's called, or an Excel or something, and you can import that, and it's the same procedure, but instead of just concatenating the values, you're actually getting the real names that you have on your table or CSV or your file. Okay, so now we have the students table. Okay, so as you can see, male, female, it's all random. The ages too. There's some. Okay. So now let's see the teacher. Okay, so this is done right now. We have the students table. Now with the teacher. Okay, let's say we have an empty, and we want to make. Probably will be a little bit different because teacher, there will not be that much teachers, and we need to specify what kind of subject this teacher teaches. Okay, so again, create procedure. Let's call it insert multiple teachers. Okay, and let's hit begin and end. Okay. Okay, I think someone's fighting outside, but no worries. Okay, again, declare I int default one. Okay, and declares, we call them subjects. It will be a varchar of 50. Varchar basically like you know, the chars that will get this variable, the maximum. Okay. Okay, so teachers will be just a small amount. Let's say will be 30 teachers. Okay, in this case. So set subjects. Okay, set subjects equal. Okay, and here again we'll be doing some random calculations just to make them random and not depend on anything. Okay, so here, depending on the result that we have, the subject will have a value or another. Okay, so mathematics. Okay, I think it's like this. Okay, now we can just copy this just to let's put. Okay, this will be an else other subject. Mathematics, if it's one, and if it's two. Say this is science, and this will be language class, or whatever. You have an else, and here we have an end. Okay, so after this, we can just the same thing, insert into teachers. Okay, so this table, we need to create it before, so no worries, because now it's not created. So teachers, what we have here, we have the first name again, first name, the last name, and the subject. Okay, so this is subject. Okay, now we have the values. Let's put it. So the same with the student in this case. The teacher will be let's call it teacher 1. Okay. Well, not 1. It will be teacher I. Then we have another concats. It will be the last name. Let's say it's teach last name I, and then we have the subjects, and the subjects will be just subjects. Okay, so this should be fine. And again, we set to I plus 1 just to keep going. Hey, hello, Geoffrey, how you doing? We already in, but no worries. You can check it afterwards. Okay, we're just doing some conditions to get some data inserted randomly. E plus 1, so that should be fine. And here we have to end the while. Obviously, because now it will just keep, this is the while, the while, and here we're just ending the while. This should go here, just to make it more visible. So now we can just call the insert multiple teacher procedure. Okay, so here we have. So let's try to create the table at the same time. Fine things. Yeah, check it out. Great. But you can stay here. You'll catch up really quick. Okay, create procedure, begin, declare. Okay, so let's try. As I said in the first one, in this case, I'm using Azure Data Studio, and if I just click run, it will run the whole script in this case. But if I just select the parts, the statements I want to run, and I just hit F5. Well, in Mac it's F5. In Windows, I think it's I don't know if it's Control F5 or Function F5. I'm not sure, but I think you can see it better like this. Okay, I see it. Okay, so let's try to create the table of teachers and just insert all these random results. Okay, already exists. No worries. We'll just delete it. Draw procedure if exists. Again, insert multiple teachers. Okay, so let's run this again. Insert multiple teachers, run. Yep, no, we have no errors. So now if we recharge the tables, we get this teachers table. And if we select the teachers table, now we have 30 teachers with different subjects. Teacher ID is basically auto-incremental, as we specified. What is it? Here, auto-incremental, we're not defining we can define the teacher ID if we want to be a specific format or something. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so now what we need to do, now we have the two tables, okay? We have the teachers, we have the students. Now we need the grades, okay? So the grades table, let's see how we can do it, because it will be kind of interesting. Because we need to insert some tables from this one, but okay. Let's see. Create procedure. Okay, insert random grades. Okay, let's see. Oops, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Begin and here we have to declare some things. Okay. First of all, we need to declare same as before, int default number 1. Okay, so it will be the default one. If you want to start from 60, you can start from 60. This is the same as a for loop. So declare. So we need to declare a student ID to a student ID to set this the grade to. Now you understand why. And declare subject, because we need to set the grade to a subject. Varchar will be just 50. I don't think it will be bigger than that. And declare grade, it will be a decimal. Okay. Let's say 5.2. Okay. So now, again, while let's see how many grades we can put here. We can put maybe 200, 150 different grades. Okay, because maybe they have different subjects. There are 100 students, so if they have 3 subjects each, it will be like, I don't know, how many exams do you do for subject? Okay, let's say 300. Okay, say 300. We don't care. 300 maybe over the course. This are just 3 exams per, let's say 3 exams or 3 evaluations per student. It's not that much. So now we set the student ID. Okay, so the student ID will be for let's say same as before. Random. How many students there were? 100 plus 1. Say set subjects equal case floor. Random 3. Okay, so here again, we need to check which subject it will be. So this is why it's this case. Okay, it's for this to try to find the subject. If 0, then it will be the same as here. I'm sorry for that. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, else let's add other. Will be just another subject or anything, and then end. Okay, so this will be the end. Then we set grades equal. We round. It's not all these different decimals. Rent. Say 50 plus 50 1, and then we make the insertions. Insert into grades, student ID, the subject, and grade. Okay, so this is the fields that we have: student ID, subject, and the grade. The grade ID will be set automatically. We'll be using it as a primary key, and then student ID, references, student ID. Okay, it will be the primary key from students to identify this grade. Okay, I can see. How can we define a specific ID for table? Okay, so this will be just like specifying here, as you can see. Okay, now in this case, we just use insert into grades. This will be the table. And we just insert the student ID, subject, and grade. In case you want to set a random, I don't know, student ID, grade ID, you can just hit here, grade ID random, and that's it. Okay, so you can just add it here. If you don't add the grade ID here, it will just automatically just start auto incrementing what it currently has. Okay, so that's basically how you can insert like a random ID for a table. Hope that was the question. Okay, so we have the student ID, the values, the subject, and the grade. Okay, I think this might work. Here, same, I+1, so it will keep going up until we get to the end of the for loop of the 300. And while, okay. And then here, we can just call this, here we can call this procedure. Okay, let's just kill the procedure if it exists, just not to get any kind of error. Just kill, because maybe we have it, I have it running. I have another one from the testings. So create table grades. Okay, so now we don't have a grades table here. So this should create a grades table and insert 300 registers to this grade table. It should, at least. We hit run. Okay, executed. Let's recharge this. Okay. Let's see the grade. Okay, great. Okay, it's working. It's working. So we have 300 grades, grade ID, and then student ID. It will just go from 0 to 100 randomly, setting some different subjects and different grades. These grades are, I don't know how you how grades work in other countries, but this will be just from 0, the worst, and 100, like a 10, you know, just like that. So yeah, that will be the grades calculations. Okay, so now we have the three tables. Okay, we have some student grade, some student registers with their name. We have some teachers registers with the teacher name, the teacher ID. In this case, the teacher ID will be the same as the column because it will be auto incremental starting from 1, so that makes sense. And the subject they're teaching, teacher last name 21, 21, 21. This will be the same because obviously we're using this value to insert it here, and yeah, and that's it. So now here comes the question. Okay, all this code I will upload it to a guest. Okay, so you can check it after. I'll just finish all these statements and I will just upload them. Okay, so now okay, do you have any question regarding this, or you're just okay? Yeah, no questions. Nope. Can you see this correctly? Yep. Okay, I'll continue. Okay, now let's try some queries. Okay, let's say we have all this data and we want to I don't know, delete a user. Let's can you see it good like this? Because I just want to split it so we can get some values from here and use them from here, not to go back and forth. Okay, so let's say we want to update the grade. So a student comes and says, "Hey, I just checked my science grade and it was not 53. It was 54.3." So to update a result, or let's say a row in the database, basically what we can do is use update students. This will be the table where we're trying to update, and set is basically setting the field. Set grade equal to, let's say, I know student number 49 says, hey, my language grade is 80, it's not 73.90. So instead of 73.9, we'll just setting 80.0. And we need to specify where are we setting this grade. Okay, set grade the value. So the key, let's say the grade is the name of the field. This will be the value, and we use where. Did you remember we used where when you search for something, you just select all from the table X where these conditions complete. So this will be just update students, set grade. Okay, I will just run it here. Okay, let's run it here. Okay, teachers. This is the teachers one. So this is the students. Okay, so we can get with it. Okay, so now we have update students. Oh, okay. We were updating the grades. Sorry. Okay, this is not here. This will be here. Okay, update grades. So we are updating the grades table. Set grade to 80, where student ID is equal to 49. Okay, so we can use the student ID, or we can use the, I don't know, anything that we can detect. Maybe instead of student ID, we can just add the student. Well, not the name, because it will not be unique. It must be something unique. So if we update this and then we use select all from, okay, just let's make it capital. Select all from, grades uh, where student ID is equal to 49. Okay, so let's select this first. Okay, so we have some grades here. Okay, so let's say language where student ID is equal to 49 and subject is equal to language. Oops, sorry, it's string language. Okay, so we're just selecting these values. Okay, so this is what we are going to do is we need to set the grade ID to, because in this case there's two grades for this student of language. Okay, so if we just run this, it will just change the two grades for 80, and that's not what we want. We just want this specified grade to change to 80. So we need to specify the grade ID. So we can just use and grade ID is equal to 1. Okay, so if we run this, we should see just the first value change to 80, and that's both of them. Okay, this is not changing any of them. Okay, let's run this. Okay, this is working fine. 39 is equal to 49. Oh, okay, okay. So in this case, we can use the student ID. We can use just the grade ID because the grade ID will be unique. So there's no more one grades. So this should, okay, so this will get the final result. Why? I don't know why it's version of the right. Select all from grades. Okay, I think it's there's something missing. Oh, okay. So it was not the end, but actually the end in this case it was unnecessary because we don't need the end because the grade is unique. So we just said this. Okay. And in case you're the teacher and you want to delete this grade, in case you said okay, this grade is not correct, so I just want to delete it, just use delete. It's the same statement. Delete grades, well, it should be delete, okay, from grades where we're not setting anything, we're just deleting. So delete from grades, the table where grade ID is equal to 1. So if we select this, we will just get one grade, and the grade number 1 is just disappeared because it's deleted. Okay, so this is for updating and deleting queries, values from a database. So let's say we want a table to just see the top performing students in each subject. Okay, so let's say it's top performing students in each subject. Okay, because we want to make a ranking or something, and we have like the whole university grades. So we select the values. Let's say let's call it S. First name, student last name, and we want the grade, subject, and the grade itself. Oops, grade. Okay, so here we use from students, and we say it's the same. It's S just to make it more well, just not put students first name, students first, just getting it simple. And we join it with the joins in the last session. So basically it's getting different information and value. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I just eaten before. So basically, it's getting different information from different tables. So we just use join in this case to join the table grades SG, just to make it simple. On as student ID will be equal to grade student ID. Okay. And where okay, let's say G that subject, like explain it, the grades. Okay, in select sub, say we just want to select the subject and max grade. Okay, max is another SQL function to get the maximum value grade from grades, and group by we already done it too. It's basically subject. I should close this. Let me check. Select first. Okay, so we'll select your first name, last name, subject, grade from students in grades. Okay. Okay, student ID is same as the grade student ID, where subject select subject maximum grade from grades group by subject. Okay, so this should be okay. Okay, so we get these three values. Do you have any question? Okay, so we have these three values. Basically, is the student 11 with last name 11 too. The subject is science and mathematics. So we're getting the top student from each subject category. So yeah, and it's basically grouped by subject. Okay, so if we don't group it by subject, what you will see, it just pops because we need to group it because if not, we're not like giving it a reference to get like all these values from the different tables with subconjugate. What is subconjugate? I think it's called. Okay, so we have three subjects: science, mathematics, and language. And the top students. Okay, this has 100 grade, 199.6. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So let's see. Let's try another one. In this case, let's try to find the average grade for each subject. In this case, like okay, select subject. Let's see the average. The average we again we can use AVG. It's a SQL function. There's a bunch. You can check them all and you can use them to make some different things. Grades. Select subjects, average grades. How we can do this? Okay, let's give it a name. In this case, average grade from grades. Oops. Group by subject. Okay, so this should be a simple one. Okay, subject average grade, science 74 and mathematics 76. Okay, 27, 76. Okay, this kind of makes sense. So let's try another one. Let's see. We want to give some prizes to the students that have an average greater than, I don't know, maybe 80 or something like that. We can do something like select as that first name. Okay, the last name too. The last name, the average G grades. We will be defining this after as average grade. Okay, let's say from students. Oops, I think I missed. From students S, and join with grades that will be G on S, that's student ID, will be equal to G, that's student ID, and group by S, that's student ID. Yeah, in this case, as that first name and as that last name. So this should having average just grades greater than what we said, 80. Okay, so this, for example, having actually, if you read an SQL statement, it's, I think if you even don't know anything about SQL, you can figure out what it's doing with this from, join, group by, having, average, you know. So let's run this. This should get us. Okay, so now if we keep going up with these rates, it will probably get less results. In this case, we get 31 rows. So we run this. Let's see. Now we have 8 rows. Okay. So there's obviously less students with more than 90. In this case, 90 is not included. Okay. So if you want to include it, just hit this. Let's see how many have 90. Okay, so no one has 90.00. Okay. I think we have a question. We could group by everything we selected also, right? Yeah, probably, depending on what you want to do and the type of data you're dealing with. Because sometimes you cannot filter like, well, you cannot obviously equal like an integer to a string or something like that. So yeah, let's see. What else we can do? Maybe we can just retrieve the subjects which have the higher average grade. You know, you can just select subject average. Okay, a grade as, we call it IVG grade. Okay, from the table grades, group by subject, and order by average grade descendant. Okay, it will be from the biggest one to the smallest one, limit to 1. Okay, so basically what it does, it just limits the results to 1. So we will just see probably 1 result. Not probably, but we should. Des. Okay, des is desk. Descendant. Run again. Okay, so we have the language here in this case. So yeah, basically this, what it means is that language is the subject with the highest average grade. So that means that it's not with the best. Yeah, it's basically the one with the best average grade, basically, as it name suggests. Let's see. Okay, let's do something with the teachers. Okay, let's do something with the teachers. Let's retrieve the teachers that have let's retrieve the teachers that have teaching the most subjects. Okay. We have a question. Desk means descending. Yeah, means descending. So if we ascendant is SC. Okay, so if we run this, probably we'll get science average grade 74. Desk, we get the descendant. So 74.9. This is 77. Okay. So okay. Okay, let's see. Let's get the 3 top teachers that teach the must subject. So what we need to do for the teachers, we should select T first name. Okay, let me check what fields they have: first name, last name, and subject. Okay, first name, last name, and subject, and teacher ID. Okay. Okay, so we select the teacher's first name, the teacher last name in this case. We add a count. Basically, what it does, it counts the subjects as num subjects taught. Okay, start from teachers, and we assign the value T to teachers so we can use it. We can left join grades G on G that subject equal to G that subject. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Group by teacher ID because it will be unique. First name, okay, it's T first name, T that first name, and T that last name. Let's order it by num subject taught descendant. Okay, again, let's limit to 3. Okay, just get the 3 top teachers with the most users with the most subjects teach. Okay, so we have teacher number 1 with 117, the number 5 with 117, and we have 3 with the same 3 results. Let's limit to 10 and get the 10 best. 17. Let's see why they are all 17. Probably. Oh, okay. So 92, 90, 92. Okay. It's a coincidence, or maybe the random data that we've inserted is not random. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, let's limit this to 5 teachers. 5 teachers. Okay. So yeah, let me first of all create a guest. It's called guest, I think, and post all this code. Yes. Let me just share the presents. Let me see. Yes, share. Okay, let me just share this. Let's call it. This will be the creation tables, the SQL tables and values. SQL create. So here we have all the SQL to create the different tables. The student table, insert the students. The teachers table, insert the teachers. And the grades. Grades, and insert the grades. Okay. So let me see if we could get the other one. Okay, this is the query file. Let's add this file. Call it query. Query.sql. The sacred guest. The values. Okay, so I will share you this guest here. Okay, so this should be. Do you have any question? No questions. Let me just share the whole screen. Side screen. I got just this one. Okay. No questions. Let me see. So yeah, we can do so many things. Let me show you another database. In the first sessions, we created these two databases. Shells, let's put there. Okay, so I think I don't necessarily transactions, select all. Okay, I have this database, for example. Okay, and basically what it does, it just stores some transactions. Okay, it's some buying and selling transaction orders. Let me make this bigger. Okay, so this is basically crypto buy and sell positions. Okay, this is a real one. I already showed you the trading bot before. So this is the database. Well, just as this is not the real database where it's working, but just for some testing. And but these are our real operations. So as you can see, this 3 of August. It was 3 days ago, 6 August. Okay, this was today. And here, as you can see, there's the symbol. Basically, it's the stock or the. Let me make it bigger. Maybe you can see it better now. Let me just make it bigger. Okay, so now we have the IVs. Basically, the IVs are auto incremental, but in this case, I deleted a lot of transactions. So here you have the order ID, the date, the client order by ID, the price, the amount of each one, the status, the type, it was limit or if it was stop limit or something. By percent, basically it's parameter with a percentage of decrease in buy and the sell price. Okay, so this is buying at 0.61 and sells at 0.66. Will be 4.33 that was 4.33 in profit. This was nearly $1 in profit. Well, not dollars, it's in euros. This was 2.1, 3, 3, 2, 4.12, 2, 4, 3, 2. Why I'm saying this is because in case you are working with something like this kind of databases or programs with buying and selling crypto or stock or something, you can do a lot of analysis with this data and get maybe the top profitable transactions and see which coins they are, how they interacted to make these profits, and you can work with all this data to to optimize the bot, the buyings and the sellings, the stop sellings and all that stuff. So yeah, we should do if you're tired, maybe 5-10 minutes stop, so you can go to the restroom, eat something, grab some snack, and get some questions. Maybe we can get back and answer them. Just 5 minutes. What do you think? I'll just put this here. Okay. See you in 5 minutes. Okay. Just go grab some water. I'll be back soon. Hello, hello. I'm back. It was a quick stop just to drink some water. Okay, let's wait. Once you're here, please say something just to know you're active. QL function list. Okay, still here. Great, great. Okay, so this is what I was saying before. These are some functions, SQL functions. Okay, just make it this bigger. You have this one, for example, count returns the number of rows. So this is one we've used. Let me see. Okay, this not. Okay, this one. Here, for example. Okay. G count G subject, and this was the number of subjects dot. So this is the count of the subjects. For example, first returns the first value. Max return the largest number. We've used this one too here. See here, select subject, the maximum grade. There's also the minimum. Okay, so let's try this one, for example, if you want. Just get this one. Okay, so the minimum grades of each subject is 50.2, 50.5, and 51.2. And there's sum, it returns sum. I think we've used it too somewhere. No, we didn't use sum. But yeah, you get the idea. Just return the sum of the fields you say. And there's the SQL scalar functions. UCase, yeah, basically it's just some functions to change some formats, or you know, this is for extraction characters from text field. I recommend you to learn how, well, more in depth, how to use procedures, for example, how to use procedures to automate some things. Because sometimes you just have like a file with 1,000 rows, or a CSV file or something, and you just want to insert all that information into a database, and you just don't want to make them, one by one. So you can just make a function. It's basically a for while loop. Just insert all this data. Probably if we create the procedure again for random grades, okay, so we're having some type of error here. I think it is not executed. It was not executed. Let's see where the grades, select all from grades, select all from grades. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, so yeah, it worked actually, because we had 300 grades, and now we have like 1,000. Okay, now we have 1,800. So if we run it again, probably we'll have like, as you can see here, can you see here, 1,900, 1,800 rows. Sorry, if we run again, it's 2,100. If we just keep running this, okay, just like, I don't know how many times I run it, 2,100. So now there's 6,300 rows of different grades. Okay, so here you can see, if you have to do this manually, it's just impossible because it's too much work. So if you just have a CVS or an Excel file, it will be easier. So yeah, I recommend to deep down into procedures and to learn how to get more data, more can use, instead of joins, there's left joins. It's different type of joining tables, and it's really useful. So yeah. Any question? Anything you want to ask? Comment, even if it's not related. Just have some questions. Um, Actually, this three part was not meant to be. But I think with the second part, I left some things in the tin, and I wanted to finish some things and show you these, the procedures and how they work and how you can make them and how to make some filtrations. And that's why I decided to do this three part. And yeah, so not that much. That's all what I wanted to cover. Mm-mm. Okay, we have a question. What does it mean join on student IV? Uh. Do you mean this one? I think you mean this one. Basically, join what it said is okay, let me show you just a picture. Okay, so you can join SQL. Okay, I will just okay. So basically, what is uh uh let's see which one I can show you. Okay, so basically, what join means is that I think these pictures are more confusing than anything. Okay, so basically, what you're saying is joining these two tables, and this G that student ID, sorry, S that student ID equals to G student ID. Basically, what you're saying is the comparison, because you want to get the grades from the same student ID that's in S, the table S. Sorry, yeah, the table S. And in this case, the table S is the table of students, and the table G is the table of grades. This is like something same as this. You're just saying, okay, get the average and set this name to the field name. So if we run this again, this field doesn't actually exist. It's just this average number that, and we're setting this name to it, so we can see it here, but it doesn't exist. So probably if we delete this and we run it again, okay. So we will just have this, okay, average G dot grade. Okay, just get 25. Select all. Okay, so basically that's the meaning. And we if we say S, we're just setting the field name, AG field. Okay, and now we should get AVG field. And basically, yeah, join is basically getting different tables and getting different values from these different tables. In this case, we're getting the students table and the grades table, and we're just getting the student's ID. The student first name, because as you remember, in the grade, let's check the grades table. Teachers grades. Okay, so teachers grades. Okay, so in the grade table, in this case, we just have the student ID, but we don't have the student name. We don't have the last name. We just have the student ID. So what we doing with the students is we getting the first name, for example, and the last name from the students table, because we just have the ID, the student ID, and we need the first name and the last name. That's why is this comparison. Join grades G on student ID is equals to G student ID to S student ID. Group by student ID, first name and last name. Have an average bigger than 25. That's it. If we change this to maybe 80, that's what we did before. Okay, we just have one here. So yeah. Okay, so before when we hit 90, okay, did you remember we had some results and now we don't? That's because we added like did you remember we added like 7,000 grades, and that what it does, maybe there's a lot of small numbers and the average drops down because there's more grades. Okay, so as you can see here, a lot of them is I don't know, 66, 80, 70, 60, 50, 60, 60, 70. Okay, so the average just went down because it has so much values. Okay, so this is just 1,000 because we have this limit here. Select all from grades. If we just hit this, we'll get the 6,300 values. So yep. Hope that was the question. Okay, I just shared the guest. You can check it whenever you want, and you can. And yeah. Oh, okay. So I think I will just leave it here. So already covered what was planned. Maybe I went a little bit quick, but if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, or write me on Discord or whatever. So yeah, okay. This is the Discord. Sorry. Um, let me just close this. Okay, so this was great. Great, thank you so much, Shamari. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to ask. How was your week, by the way? Did you had fun? Any new interesting things that you want to learn further? You have any? What do you expect from the next Global Hack Week? There's anything that you're excited about? Anything you want to learn that was not covered in this one? Okay, great. Thank you. That's great. That's great. Um, are you signing for the next? Um, are you excited for the next one? It will be Web 3.0. So I think that there will be a lot of blockchain streams and probably if you're interested in blockchain, that's your global hack week. By the way, spicy tacos pretty good. This is my first global hack week, so not sure what they'll have next time. Sorry. Yeah. Then you can check that in global hack week. Global hack week MLH. So you can go here. The website, probably you've seen it before. So this was data week. The next one is Web3, and the October will be open source. Next time. Shamari, next one is Web3. Not as excited. What, you don't like Web3 technologies? Did you use something? Did you do something with Web3 before, and you didn't like it, or why is that? Don't worry, because sometimes a lot of streams are not related to the topic. For example, this Global Hack Week, there was a bunch of streams that were not data related. For example, I don't know, maybe the open source one I did today, it's not related at all with data. It's more related with the open source in October. And there's a bunch that were not related. So even if you're not into Web3, you can join the streams, the workshops, and learn the same kind of stuff. And we will make sure to make it more, diverse, and so you can learn different things and not just all blockchain and Web3 and all that stuff. because maybe there's some people that are not that excited or interested about it. So there's no problem with that. You can learn another things. I don't know enough about them, to be honest, which means I should be more excited about Web3. Yeah, there's there's a lot of future in Web3, and probably it will be something that will change some industries. Probably privacy related industries and all that stuff. Um, so yeah, it's like machine learning. Some people are afraid, you know. Um, did you see this? What Sam Altman did, the OpenAI founder? That I think it was like a cryptocurrency or something. They just came out with, and you could just go to somewhere and scan your iris, and they will give you like 20 coins of their coins or something, or 50 coins. That was kind of strange. I don't know the purpose of that, like giving your iris for free. But I don't know. Well, actually, you give your iris everywhere if you go to a control in the airport and they scan your face or something. Actually, maybe they're getting the iris. But yeah, it's kind of strange. X Spicy Taco say, I'm glad you had the open source because I have seen that in so many job requirements. Yeah, there's a lot of tech companies that started getting serious about their developers being contributive to open source. Basically, as I explained before in the workshop, um, it's the same thing working on an open source project than with a company team, because it's the same procedure. There's a problem, an issue. You try to solve it with you create a branch with your fixes, and then you make a pull request. Your colleagues will check it, improve things, try to comment things, say, okay, this is better, this is worse, we can do it this way or whatever, and you just release the changes and push them and release them in the next release version of the product or of the software or whatever. So that's why they're getting serious with it, because I've known a lot of people that came out of college and tried to get a job, and they were like disappointed because they were like, okay, I've been studying, I don't know, 4 or 5 years or whatever, and I'm trying to get a job, and no company wants to hire me. Why is that? They're just looking for experience, and I have experience. I studied, I did some practical things on college. I did some exercises, but I think that's not enough, because it's not the same thing working on simple exercises than getting software. It's not the same work. I guess Spicy Dago say that is me right now. Um, okay, I think in my opinion, obviously, I don't know what people think. But it's not the same thing, because if you're working on some open source project, they are real issues, not created by the teacher. Like, hey, okay, you have this issue, you have to solve it, and the teacher already have the solution, and just compares the solution he have from 20 years ago, and say, okay, yeah, this exercise not right. So working in open source projects opens your eyes like this. Okay, so you're just working with different people from different cultures. That's really important, working with people in different cultures, because it's not the same thing. For example, being European, and actually I'm not European even. I live in Europe, but I'm not European. I'm African. So it's not the same thing working with 100% a team of Europeans than working with European people, Indian people, people from China, from Japan, from Latin America, South America. Sorry. from the United States, from Canada, from Alaska, or whatever, because the ideas are different, the cultures are different, the people, the ways people treat each other are completely different, and you have to know how to adapt. Because if you're just working with the same kind of culture and then you move to another one, um, you just get a shock and you don't know how to behave in some situations, and it looks something like, just culture or something, but it's related to open source too, because when you work in open source, doesn't just mean pull requests. It means communication with other teams, working on the same solution, getting different solutions for the same problem, and knowing how to. Sometimes it's a question of ego, because it's like, okay, my solution is better, I don't want to discuss this anymore, just accept my merge. I want my changes to get up. So it's not about that. It's very important to understand the problem, the solution, how to interact with the team. So that's why I think open source, working on open source projects is really, really important. Okay. It's a personal opinion, but yeah. So basically, glad you had fun with the open source stream, and let's see if in the future we can make something more advanced. Just getting like a random project and really working on a future or something, that would be cool. Shamari says, just learned more SQL from you than I did in my SQL course. Okay, glad to hear that. Are you doing like Coursera course or something? Or is you mean your course from college? Or, but yeah, glad to hear that. Thank you. I tried not to make it very complex. I just try to make it, basically, it's an introduction. So just for you to see little parts, what you can do with SQL. As you can see, you can make for loops, you can make functions, you can make a bunch of stuff. There's functions. You can declare variables. You can do a bunch of stuff. So yeah, that's what I wanted, just to show an overview of everything in college. Okay, what are you studying, Shamari? I think maybe data science or software engineering or something related. That would make sense. Spicy tacos. What are you studying? Software engineer too. Web design and development. Okay, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Are you more front end or back end? What do you think? Now, basically, with the backend, you can do front end. Now, with I don't know if machine learning will substitute web designers. I don't think that will happen anytime soon. Maybe it can help you to get more designs done, but I think that the creative part of making something more visual, it's really hard to just create with AI. Sorry, not AA. What's AA? Doesn't exist. Okay. Computer science, but I like data science. Okay. That's cool. You can. I think in 2023 you can learn basically anything from anywhere. You can just Google stuff and get any knowledge for free. So I think that's an advantage that we take for granted. I think 20 years ago, people had to go read books and use some rare stuff to a command line to write code. I like backend more, but I'm also finished. I like web accessibility the most. Want to be web accessibility professional. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. There's something with web development that I read a while ago. It was basically a blog. Well, it was like a blog, an article or something like that. that talked about the morality of web development and how websites are designed nowadays and how they are immoral in some ways. And that at the beginning didn't make that sense, but at the end it did, because a lot of companies don't think that their product will be used worldwide. And the connection we have, maybe in Europe or maybe in, I don't know, in the United States, it's not the same connection, internet connection that you have in, I don't know, Nigeria, or in any country that, maybe in India. Um, in the article, they talked about India too, and I think a lot of web designing, well, a lot of tech companies don't take that, and they just design their normal product. And when they release it into these countries with poor connectivity, sorry, uh, they just not getting the same user experience. So it's like, okay, we're giving up some user experience, to we're giving up some user experience. We're giving some great user experience in, Europe or whatever, and we're just getting some slowy website that does not even work the half of the time to some countries. And it's like, it's moral, it's not moral, it's a private company, they can do whatever they want. It was like a debate. It was a quite a fun, well, not fun, but yeah, interesting article. Um, I still see tutorials in Python using terminal. I prefer using PyCharm. Yeah, yeah. Um, PyCharm. Yeah, I think that's IntelliJ, right? Yeah. Let me see, PyCharm. I think that's an IntelliJ tool. Okay, yeah. JetBrains. They're great. JetBrains. I think it's one of the one of the best. Only like 3% of the website are up to WCAG 2 standards. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think that's all. Hope you had fun. If you have any question, don't hesitate to write to me. Send me a message on Discord if you need help with your project or any query or whatever. Don't hesitate to ask. And if you see I cannot help you with that question, just write any team member, or probably just write on the group Slack. Sorry, not Slack, Discord, and they will get in touch with you ASAP. So that's it. Thank you so much. Hope I covered enough for you to introduce yourself in the SQL world. And that's it. Hope to see you next month. This was my last stream for this month. I'm closing, going to sleep. It's late in Spain, and thank you so much. So, okay, thank you, Shan Mary. Have a great time. Spicy tacos too. Have a great time in Miami. Hope you find a job soon. Hopefully, let's pray. And yeah, good luck. Thank you so much, folks. Have a great night or day.